And then I called my sister, right? Like I called my sister on the spot. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. My name is Nenye and I make videos on education, personal finance, personal development with like a sprinkle of lifestyle and what is going on in my life. And my videos are mainly for F1 and H1B visa holders in the US, so basically immigrants in the US. So today's video is gonna be kind of like, I guess, a story time of when I went for my visa interview in Nigeria. So starting from the beginning, first of all, I was like 18. My interview was in Lagos and I was staying in my sister's house for my interview. So like, I know some people have asked me, oh, did you ever live in Lagos? I'm like, no. I didn't really live in Lagos. I did not live in Lagos in Nigeria. I just I think the maximum I stayed in Lagos was for like 3 months when my sister gave birth, and then also when I went for my visa interview. So my interview, I remember that this was after I had gotten my I-20 from my college. If you don't know the college I attended Berea College in the US. It's in Kentucky. I remember that I had woken up very early because, so the information that we had kind of like gotten was that, oh, you know, because Lagos is very, very crowded and it has a lot of traffic. Like there's a lot of traffic in Lagos. So we woke up very early. My sister's husband, he was the one that took me. I think we got up around 4. We left the house around 4 a.m. My interview was by, I believe, either 7 or 8. Sorry guys, some details are a little bit blurry because it's been quite long. It's been a lot of years now. My sister's husband was the one that took me, right? I remember then, you know, we went, like it was dark, it was in the morning, and then he took me to the consulate, Lagos consulate, right? And I got there. You have to, like, when you get to the gate, you have to show them some documents. I can't remember what documents it was, but I know I had to show some documents for them to even allow me into like the interview venue. And then when I went in, right, everyone was on the line, you know, they would like show you the line to go to and everything. All of us in the line, we were talking. Like I remember there was this woman, she said she was traveling for her daughter's wedding. There was this girl, I think she was traveling for like her master's or her PhD, something like that. At that point, she was probably like, if you asked me her age at that point, I would have said maybe like 28 or 26, thereabouts. And then there was this other guy also, like we were all just kind of like, I guess, talking and I guess being friends. And they were telling me so many, even the things they were telling me, I was like, wow, I didn't even know some of the things they were telling me. Because my research, I had done every single research by myself, right? I had done my research from Nairaland. And if you're like, you know, studying for your interview or like looking for information for your interview, Nairaland is when I say a very good place, it's a very good place to actually get information for visa. And in Nairaland, I have made some friends. Like I made these friends when I was in Nigeria, and we're still friends right now. Like right now, years after, we're still very close friends. They're probably gonna be watching this video, so they know themselves. I'm not gonna like list any names. If you're looking for information, travel information, visa information, Google is good, but Nairaland is gonna answer like questions, right? Nairaland is gonna answer like personal questions. You're gonna see people's personal stories. So even me, after I got my visa, I actually posted my personal story there because I know that people's stories help me. So I posted my story there, which helped people, and I had some people then started reaching out to me and asking questions and everything, which I helped answer in the ways I could. So I remember we were on the line that day, and then so they told me to go to window. I can't remember the name of the number of the window, but it was like the far right. So if you guys remember how the visa, like how the consulate place is, like when you go in, right, the windows are this way, right? And mine was at the far right, and it was this Oyibo guy that was interviewing me, right? So he looked at me and he was like, oh, okay. He said, what's your purpose of going to the US? And I was like, I am going to study. And he was like, what are you going to study? So at this point, when I was doing the interview, I had applied, when I was applying to Berea, I had put business and economics as my major, like as double major. Because the thing is, when you're looking at like majors in the US, I didn't even know what was what. I was just like, okay, business is the one that kind of looks like what I know I can do. So I'm gonna go study business. I wanted to always study architecture because I kind of come from a family of architects. So I wanted to study architecture, but then Berea College does not offer architecture. So I was like, oh, I'm going to go and study business. And then he was like, after when you're done, what's your plan after studying? And I was like, oh, I'm going to come back to Nigeria and, you know, like work. And then he's like, okay, so what school are you going to attend? And I was like, Berea College. And he's like, okay, so how do you plan to foot your tuition and everything? So usually at this point, the answer you give is like, you know, you say, oh, my dad is a blah blah blah, this is like your dad's, you give like the bank statement and like what's in your dad's account or your mom's account or whoever your sponsor is, right? Then I had used my brother's account because like my brother's account had a lot of money, right? So I used my brother's account and I showed it to him. But then I also was like, oh, well, my college is giving me a scholarship. And then it was at this point that he looked up, right? And he's like, oh, wow, you got a scholarship? And I said, yeah, well, my college is like, actually, if you're able to get into my college, it's a free tuition college for everyone. It's a free tuition for everyone, like as far as you get in. And then he's like, oh wow, oh my god, really? And then he starts typing on his computer. So I'm guessing at this point he was, you know, typing like Berea College or something like that. After like a minute, he starts smiling at me and he's like, wow, you got a free tuition scholarship, you're not gonna have any loans when you are done with college. And I smiled. I was like, yeah, I mean, I didn't even know at that point that, you know, coming to America, like a lot of people in the US, citizens and all of that, usually go to school on loans. I used to think it was like in Nigeria where your parents just pay your tuition for you. So I said, yeah. And he's like, you must be very smart. And I was like, I guess, I mean, yeah, I'll take it. He said, I really wish I got a free tuition or I got a scholarship when I was studying. And I smiled. I didn't know what to answer. So I smiled. I was like, And then he's like, oh, well, your visa has been approved. I didn't hear anything else he said. Like right after he said your visa has been approved, I know he was saying something about, you know, he took my passport. I know he was saying something about come back in 3 days. He was giving an address of where to go pick up the passport, and but I did not hear anything else. Like all I heard was your visa has been approved. He gave me the paper. I think it was a white paper. I think if your visa is approved is a white paper, and if your visa is not approved is a blue paper. It's like a blue slip, right? He gave it to me. So now the people behind me, like one of the people behind me, remember the people I told you I was talking to at the very beginning, you know, one of them saw me and like smiled and was like, congrats. Now when I go out, I meet that girl. Remember the girl that I told you, I think she was probably like 28. She did not get her visa. Like she was just there crying and crying. The other guy that was there, the other guy that we also talked to, had gotten his, and the girl was just like, I did not even know what to say. I mean, like at that point I was just like, I have no idea what to say. My sister's husband then, you know, he came and then he's like, so you know what happened? And I told him I got it. And then I called my sister, right? Like I called my sister on the spot. I wasn't screaming, like I was, you know, when you're so happy that like the joy doesn't even burst out. I don't know how to explain it. Like I was so happy, but I was very calm. Like I was smiling, but I wasn't like jumping up and down. I was just so calm. And you know, I called my sister was like, what happened? Like, you know, what's the verdict? And the way I was speaking, she thought I didn't get it because I was so calm. I was like, oh, I got it. My sister was like, you got it? You got it? And I said, yeah. And she's like, hey, let's celebrate, you know, come back home, let's, you know, go eat, all of that. So it was very surreal to me. Like it didn't really feel real. It was just like, it was like, wait, I am going to America? Wow, like really? I'm going to America? And it was very fun because I was gonna go in the next, like, I think it was like in a month, right? So after I got my visa, I was just like, I was very happy, I was very excited, but I was just very, very calm. But yeah, that's kind of like the visa experience that I had. I think mine was very easy compared to some of the questions that I had seen on Ireland, because I practiced a lot. When I say I practice a lot, I practice so much. And I think also maybe one of the things that helped me was just the fact that, like, again, when I was doing the interview, I was calm. It was funny, like, because the thing is, I was young, but I was still calm. I was just like, I guess if I get it, I get it, and if I don't get it, I don't get it, because I had done the whole process of school, applying everything. It was so exhausting. So at this point, I was just like, God, let me just get this and just like know that I've gotten it right. So that was kind of like how, you know, my visa process went and what happened. And in a month, I was out of Nigeria. So guys, I don't really know, like, I didn't really do this in a question and answer form because I don't really know questions that you guys have. But what I would say is, if you're practicing or studying for your visa, make sure, if you're from Nigeria especially, make sure you really go through Ireland. You're going to see, like, Ireland, if you go to the threads, there's like the one that is F1 visa, USA, going to Canada. There's one that is like UK. Like, there's threads for every single thing. Go through the threads. Don't say it's too long. I spent weeks and weeks of study for something that is only like 5 minutes interview, but again, it was helpful. So yeah, I hope this video helps someone out there, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you guys in another video.